is good, my people, my peeps? How are you guys doing this evening? Oh my goodness. Let me get up here so y'all know it's me. Y'all can see the voice box moving. I am on here tonight. We're gonna have just a quick story time. What is going on? I was on a live stream earlier and what caught my eye about this live stream is some fruit trees that I seen. Okay, yeah, some fruit trees. Okay, and as you can see, the title of this live stream tonight: only female trees bear fruit. Facts. Okay, um, and so I said, you know what? You know what? Let me get in here. Yo, what's good, Martin? Let me get in here and talk about this real quick. So this is not just going. This is going to be a short live. Just more of an informative live stream. Okay, and just to talk because I like y'all. I got booted. Well, I got muted, not booted. I didn't get blocked or anything, but I got muted on a live stream because I seen some fruit trees. And now you might say, well, that's nothing to be muted about because you see some doggone fruit trees. Well, you know what? That's what I thought too, y'all. That's what I thought. But baby, get in here so I can tell you what went down regarding this live stream. So it's a man and he's walking and I could tell he's probably Israel because he has all the garb on, the headband or whatever. So um, I was on TikTok when I seen this, right? So I was like, well, what is he talking about? So I clicked on the live stream to see what he's talking about, and because the background interests me. So as he's walking and he's talking, and mind you, these fruit trees are on a regular street, okay? So I have to give y'all the background of this. These fruit trees are just on a regular street, and he's just walking down the street. Now I don't know where he was at, what city, wherever he was at, but it's amazing to see fruit trees on a neighborhood street or a city street. Just they were lined. They were orange trees. So he might have been in California because I know isn't that the fruit symbol of California is oranges? I believe so. But anyway, nevertheless, so he was talking and he says out of his own mouth, oh my gosh, look at these beautiful trees. Guys, I tell you, there's an inner anger in a lot of folks, and it comes out. I believe some people, oh my goodness, some people run to religion, or, to be, especially in the Hebrew Israelite community, a lot of men run to that so that they can be the new oppressors. I'm sorry, it had to be said. It had to be said because the way this man reacted to me, just typing in the chat, okay, all I said was, hello, Gotten, how are you? Uh, yo, I'm jealous of Rallo. Why are you jealous of him? Hold on, I'm gonna read your comment in a minute. Um, so I so he's, I believe a lot of them do go into that religion, or well, they can't go. They When they awake to their bloodline and understanding of their bloodline, they use it as to oppress women. And but I mean, oh my gosh, but they be so ignorant to the fact of they are being taught by a lot of other men that are just oppressors, abusers, and I'm here to say it, and not logical at all. So as this man is walking, right? And he says, "Oh, look at these beautiful orange trees." And I should have did a screenshot, but it happened so fast because I wasn't even thinking anything negative was going to happen as him for, he didn't block me, which was interesting, but he did put me on mute, right? And that's what men like to do. They like to silence women's voices. And so I said, wow. I said, I never seen so many female trees lined up. Well, I didn't say all lined up, but I said, wow, I never seen so many female trees. Like I told you guys, the reason why said that is in neighborhoods, you will not see fruit trees lined up like that. You will see fruit trees lined up in groves, okay, like on farms and things of that nature. But a lot of people don't realize in America, there were laws passed to keep you from farming on your own land. But you didn't know that because we were all asleep. So that's why you have these pretty manicured grasses in front of your homes instead of being wise and having it produce fruits and nourishment for you. They made you think that you were gonna, be looking good with these manicured plots of grass that is unedible. Okay, so there's laws like this in America. So that's why you don't see fruit trees growing. And another thing, fruit trees, there are male species and there are female species of trees, right? And I was shocked that he got pissed the hell off at me, y'all. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And yelled. Now, mind you, only way we can communicate that we're yelling or we're trying to get your attention if we're in the chat is if we type in all caps, right? But that's not what I did. Okay, I simply made a comment after he commented about the trees, which I noticed. That's what grabbed my attention to jump into the live stream. Um, and so he says, "You female trees, that's dumb. Female trees." I y'all, my mouth dropped open. I said, did he just say female trees? That's dumb. And I said, sir, I said, the only trees that produce fruit are female trees. That, you come in here talking that female talk. And right then and there, I knew, Houston, we have a problem. I tell you, right then and there, I knew we had a problem, and I don't know how many people were in his live stream. I wasn't paying attention to the numbers or whatever. As you come in, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I will get to your comments here in a minute, but I just had to tell this quick story, baby. I have to get it off my chest because, matter of fact, he advised me to go to my own live stream and talk about these female trees. So I want to advise y'all that all trees which you get fruit off of, produce are females. Okay, no male trees produce fruit, and no garden that you may garden, sirs or ma'ams. This is just for educational purposes. The fruit that you get, your tomatoes and your avocados and your whatever you're planting in your gardens, when you pick them, they all come from the female plant. Hello, holla back if you hear me. This is scientific. If you are from just only being on the scientific spectrum of the realm that we live in, okay, and not on the biblical spectrum. I know that men here, in the Bible, well, some of them don't hear, some of them don't read for understanding and comprehension. And I get it. I get it. But because, they're excited to find out they're Israel and, they're pumped up and they just want to oppress the white man and the woman, the black woman, you know. But some of them are nincompoops. I did. I had to say it. Some of them are plain downright nincompoops. I mean, if they just would just study. I mean, we had the birds and the bees. Did they mama even teach them about the doggone birds and the bees? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have bees to go and get the pollen off of them, the male fruits. And as they wander into the female fruit or the female plant, they drop off the pollen. Did these people ever pay attention in school? You know what I'm saying? And you know the buds that you see that starts to grow, that starts to develop into a fruit, is from the female. Holla back if you hear me, okay? Let's holla back. I mean, come on, give me something. I don't understand it. And then I had to say, well, sir, only women produce fruit. You know, I had to take it. I had to take him back to that level. He got mad at me, y'all. I said, only women produce fruits. We produce the fruit of the body. Y'all, he muted me, said, get out of here, you dumb ass. He called me a dumb ass, y'all. I said, Lord help him, forgive him, but he knows not what he does. Okay? just I said, these folks out here, baby, you can't give everybody a platform. You just can't give everybody a platform. Y'all, I'm happy y'all came in just to hear me just rant real quick because I said, my goodness, people are so mad. They don't even have, they not even thinking with the mind, the Most High y'all gave them to think on their own. They so mad and ready to oppress and subjugate folks. They can't even think about logic. He got mad because I said, look at those beautiful female trees, which they are. Okay, let me read these comments real quick. Y'all came in the building. Scott, and I see you said, hold on, let me get down here and make sure, like I was saying, y'all, hit that thumbs up as you enter into the building. And I'm gonna read the comments. But y'all know a little something. Something. Don't just go out there spouting off, just being just simple. Okay, women produce fruits. You know, the baby is the fruit of her loins, that little bundle of joy. Yeah, it's called a fruit in the Bible as well. And no male trees produce fruit. They produce a lot of pollen though. You know, all that cough in your throat, like my throat's irritated. Yeah, a lot of pollen to pollinate the trees, to blow across to them female trees to produce whatever fruit, pine cone, whatever that other tree, the female tree is gonna produce. That's how you eat, baby. Mm-hmm. Baby, these folks out here is a trip. Okay, let me see. So, Gotten came in the building. Let me read this before I put it on the screen. Make sure it's appropriate. Make sure we ain't got nobody upset up in the chat over cheer. Okay, because I'm saying my own things about this fruit, honey. Folks just outright crazy around these parts. Um, okay, so you said Rollo was no, yo, what's up? I'm jealous of Rilo. I call him a sellout. That's not true. Coming from a black devil myself. Oh, are you arguing with Rilo? Well, I'm sure y'all can work it out. Gotten. I'm sure y'all can work it out. You know, sometimes time and a little space, heals some wounds. Some, I don't know, or some, you know. If he feels offended in any way, maybe time and a little space. Let me see what else you're saying down here. Um, what else are you saying? Hold on, I got to take it down so I can read it before this. I don't like how this thing is set up. He cut me off. Gotten off. Yeah, he cut you off. Oh, you were feeling. Hold on, so let me put this up here. So there was some drama in the streets. Y'all know I've been working a lot. There was some drama in the streets. Okay, so he had cut you off. Um, and you were feeling some kind of way. Yeah, like I said, just give it time. I don't know the, the extremities or how extreme, whatever went down between you all. But yeah, give it a little time and maybe you can hit him up behind the scenes and have a conversation with him. Um, yeah, it's all good. Sometimes time heal some wounds, time heals some wounds. But I just want to get on here, guys. I just want you guys to when you're on some of these platforms, like I just came off of TikTok. I was over on TikTok when I got muted, y'all, for simply admiring the man's scenery, which he pointed out about all these orange trees, which is an anomaly, okay, being in a place where it's folks' homes. You don't see that. You see all these HOAs and whatever they call it, home owner association. You can't have all that. You ain't gonna have no fruit trees all up in nobody's homeowners association. You gonna have some grass. Yeah, some nice cut grass, Um, even in a regular neighborhood, you're not gonna see all of that. So I just thought it was so odd that the mention of the female is what triggered this man. And the mention that I said they were female trees is exactly what triggered him even more. If they let me say this for all these men out here who hate women, and now I'm seeing there's some men that hate female trees. Okay, okay, because I know they want to chop down the female voice, mute the female voice, baby. But when you start talking about muting the female trees, baby, you talking about starvation, honey. You start talking about famine and plagues. When you get mad because I bigged up some female trees, which only can produce the nourishment for your body. Have you lost your ever loving mind? Obviously so. Obviously so. That's some real hate of the female species, baby. That's some real hate. Okay, female. This is a fact upon facts upon facts upon facts. And if anybody tells you that there are male trees that produce fruits. Tell them you don't believe in male transforming fruit trees. Okay, there ain't no transformer trees out here. Okay, we not going there. These trees ain't claiming but to be called anything other than what they call. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it ain't asking to be he she tree. It's a male doggone tree. It's a female tree, and only female trees produce fruit. Holla back if you hear me, okay? Shoot, I'm just, it's dumbfounding that people will get so upset. Hold on, let me see. People get so upset. Well, not people. It was just this male that I just hopped on the doggone live stream because the scenery was gorgeous and stunning. I hadn't seen trees lined along a street like that since I've been when I was living in Germany as a child. We used to be able to go outside and eat real fruit. You know what I'm saying? I think also why you don't see a lot of female trees around because it would feed homeless people. That just popped into my mind as I was thinking about when I was in Germany as a child. When I went out and played house, baby. I went and picked real fruit. Okay, because the streets was lined with real raspberries that grew. Okay, we went and picked the raspberries and ate them. Okay, we went and picked pears that came from the tree, orange trees, real fruit, sustainable living. Okay, somebody just walking past, if they was homeless, baby, they wouldn't be starving. That's for sure. You know, but it's all a cycle of oppression, baby, and y'all can't see it, y'all don't know it, and y'all hate females that much. Oh, I hate to see y'all. If he had the plan of the nation, if I had to put my whole uh, uh reliability on his protection and his wisdom and his plan, baby, we be doomed. Like who was it? Biden said before. I believe when he first got in office. Not that I'm into politics, but he said America is doomed. He said America is doomed. Because if I had to trust this nigger that he just muted me on his live talking about, he basically wanted me to shut up talking about female trees. Baby, we all be doomed because he would chop down every tree that produced fruit because he'd be mad at a sister coming on his live stream saying how beautiful them female trees was. He'd be like, every tree you see, I proclaim that they be chopped down if they have fruit on them. And y'all would starve to death out here. And don't pick another grape and bust a grape. Bust a grape. you know? They don't understand life. They really don't understand about the birds and the bees and the pollen and the trees, y'all. Cause and they sure don't understand that females, just like a mother produces the fruit of her womb, go forth and bear fruit. The Most High Yah said. He don't understand that the trees are they're male and female trees species. Lord have mercy. What's wrong with these men? Do they think everything is male upon this earth? If that was the case, they'd be died out soon because they wouldn't be able to reproduce themselves. And don't I hate to say this, but only females even have the ability, because we have parthenogenesis in our DNA. Females have the ability to reproduce without a male. I don't know. Sometimes the teachings of that's going around are so hateful, so hateful. And to mute women just because a woman is smarter than you, just swallow your pride, man. Something not. I'm not talking to y'all who are listening. I'm just talking to, if this man ever come across my live stream, which I doubt, because I'm on I was over on TikTok. Now I'm on YouTube. Because he muted me, told me, go talk on your own live stream. You want to tell something about a female tree. How ignorant is that, y'all? If you know what he's talking about, because he looked proclaimed to be Israel, and he had like the Israel headband on and all that. Brother, you'll lead people into the hellfire, honey. You couldn't leave if it was famine and war. And I tried to tell you, baby, look over here. It's a lot of female bushes over here. You probably slapped the shit out of me, wouldn't you? If you was face to face, because that's how mad he got, y'all. Muted a sister just like that, quick, off of real life factual information. We could be out in the Underground Railroad. This brother talking about he leading something because Harriet Tubman, they done got. And this is a situation. This nigga, I could say, oh, it's some female bushes out there. I seen some blueberries over here. Yeah, he probably called the folks on me. Come get them. Come get it. We caught y'all. We caught. We not going to the promised land of freedom of the north because she talking about his female blueberry trees. That's how hateful these men are. Hate on the knowledge that you have as a female. Just trying to tell you, females produce fruit, baby. Females produce life, honey. Mm, mm, mm. Y'all, it's a hot mess out here in this world. So, I just came on here to, rumble on. Yes, indeed. So, let me see what y'all saying. Y'all had a little few. Where have I been? Gotten. Let me see. I'm just taking a break. As I take a break to read these comments down here, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I would appreciate it as you enter in the building and as you come in on the replay. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay. This is some knowledge you can use. Maybe you didn't know. Okay. So I'm not even downplaying folks that really didn't know. Whether you be a man or a woman and you didn't actually know that trees actually have a job to do here. And they're actually male trees. All the trees you see, all those trees in cities, like you probably say, well, I lived in New York City and, we had trees in parks. All those trees are male trees. That's why you ain't seen no fruit on them. To keep them at a certain height, certain grow every year at a certain time. But best believe, baby, they was male trees. Now, if they had fruit on them hanging from trees, which I doubt because they ain't want to feed no homeless folks in those cities, they only planted male trees in city areas. That's right. Facts upon facts upon facts. So this not to, be funny, not to hate on folks that don't know, but dang, don't go around men or women hating on folks that's giving you just plain knowledge of the world. Something that you probably should have got a long time ago. You still here gotten. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So I just hope, things settle down and y'all, get to make up or whatever went down, between you and him. Let me see. I felt some kind of way. It was he's saying that I rather be around racists. I was given time. I got to do some catching up then, 'cause I don't know what the heck went down. Gotten. Yeah. So yeah, just but right now, give it a little time, a little space, you know, and it is what it is. Okay. So y'all have live streams and stuff, and y'all don't be out here playing like you're educated on everything. You learn something new every day. Every day. Do you hear me? You learn something new, and unless you know it for fact, don't be cutting down people because they come into your live stream and ain't yeah. The man said I yelled at him. I'm like, how the hell I yell at you and you the only one can be heard, sir? If I yelled, only thing that could show that I possibly attempted to yell would be capital letters, and nothing was in all caps. I said, Lord have mercy. And then I started reading, y'all, before I go, I started reading the comments of the other brainwashed males in his chat. Yeah, uh, these feminists. I said, Lord have mercy. These folks Lord, that's all they can say. Feminists, because I tell you about a female tree. What else they was saying? What somebody else said? Um, Stuff that they heard off of other chats, and these females lack emotional intelligence. What the hell, emotional intelligence got to do with us talking about reproduction? And life cycles of trees and what produces what, and it's only female trees that produce fruit. Y'all remember that. Understand that. Lock it in. I just wanted to come on here and just rant just a little bit and tell you I thought it was quite interesting. I mean, he ain't blocked me, so he probably gonna go do some. He probably gonna go on my TikTok to do some investigation before he completely blocked me. You know what I'm saying? He just put me on mute. Shut up, woman. Go sit in that corner. And matter of fact, turn your nose to the crack of that corner. You on mute. Don't tell me about no female tree. Don't tell me about how I can go out and raise my own female trees, but I might need a female tree to produce some fruit. Don't tell me about that. You turn your behind around that corner and be on mute till I go and look on your TikTok page and see what you about. Y'all holler back if you hear me. When you want information, please feel free to come on my page, because when I find someone, I learn something, I'm sure gonna share it with you. I'm not gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna share it with you, and I'm gonna make sure I'm to my best ability. Let me say that. I'm gonna make sure it's factual and actual. And if I find out it wasn't facts that I done told my people, my peeps, I'm sure come back and correct myself. But I hope y'all have a great rest of this evening. Go out, enjoy yourself, do what you do. I hope y'all enjoyed the Quiet Storm last night. I had fun doing it. It's only gonna stay up for a couple of more hours before I delete it. You know how I do. Once we do the Quiet Storm, I keep it up maybe 2 days, 3 days, but it gotta go, baby, because you know how YouTube don't play that doggone copyright thing. So I'm out, and much love.